Today, I'm excited to share some practical, proven strategies to help your child build a strong financial foundation that will set them up for lifelong success. Not only is this backed by research, but I've seen the impact firsthand. Thanks to these lessons, my 9-year-old daughter now spends thoughtfully, often choosing to save or add items to her wish list rather than making impulsive buys. She even managed to save more than a year's worth of allowances in just 2 years, and she's more focused on gifting others than on spending for herself. I think we are on the right track here. So after doing lots of research on what lies ahead, I've compiled a list of actions that we need to take as well, and I am sharing them with you as I shared with my children. Let's start with something simple: allowance. Giving your child a regular allowance is one of the easiest ways to teach them about money, but it's important to handle it the right way. I recommend giving your child their age in dollars per paycheck starting as early as 6 years old. So if they're 8, give them $8 a paycheck or biweekly. But here's the thing, don't just hand over the money and walk away. You want them to understand how to manage it. I always split it into 2 parts. Half goes straight into their savings and the other half is theirs to spend. What I do is simple but effective. With my phone in hand, I open the bank app and each of my kids has their own account linked to mine. I show them step by step how I transfer the money from my checking into their account. They can see exactly how much they have saved at any time. I also make a point to show them the interest they've earned for the month just for keeping that money in the bank. The other half, I give them cash to keep in their own wallets. This teaches them to pay themselves first, which is a core principle of financial success. And here's the best part. Since they have their own spending money, it saves me from having to deal with those in-store, can I get this moments. They know if they want something, it's up to them to use their own funds. Important to note here is that the moment they receive an allowance, it is expected that they contribute to gifting. For us, it's birthdays and Christmas. They must buy one present for each family member. There's no limit set, it's obviously proportionate with what they have, but it is a symbolic giving act. You would be so surprised to see how giving they are. Giving does feel so much better than receiving. And after the first Christmas where they picked a meaningful gift, the kids were actually more excited about seeing everyone's reaction when opening their presents than them anticipating the opening of their own presents. It's pretty awesome to see this. Next goal, probably at around age 10, 11, once they have saved over $400, you can open a small investment account for them. Assuming they have the maturity level to deeply focus for 15-20 minutes, take time to sit together and explore the performance of different stocks. This is a great way to show them how their money can grow over time, even while they're doing nothing. It's an eye-opener for them to see that with the right decisions, their money is working for them, not just sitting in a bank account. Plus, this introduces to them the power of investing early on, a skill that will pay off in the long run. If you've ever wondered how to balance savings and spending while still enjoying life, I put together a free workshop that might help. It's called Deliberate Spending Workshop. This 30-minute video offers simple, practical strategies for managing your money while reaching your financial goals. Go to paycheckpowerhouse.com/workshop, also linked below for you. As your kids get older, their goals should get bigger too. By the time they're finishing up elementary school, it's a good time to help them set goals that feel just slightly out of reach. Maybe they're saving for something special, a bike, a gaming console, or even their first phone. The key is to teach them that saving money isn't just about putting it away for the sake of saving. It's about having a purpose for it. When kids have a clear, tangible goal, it keeps them motivated. And trust me, their wants will only grow as they get older. By encouraging these goals early on, you're laying a solid foundation for lifelong healthy financial habits. One of the best ways to teach kids about managing money is through organization. I recommend using a calendar to track their allowance days. It's such a simple practice, but it makes a huge difference. This way, they can plan ahead, anticipate when money is coming in, and start thinking about how they'll use it. The habit of planning is something financially successful people learn early on, and it will serve your kids well throughout their lives. Now, when it comes to giving your child a phone, it's a perfect opportunity to teach responsibility. I personally recommend waiting until middle school or when you feel your child is mature enough. But here's the catch: they need to pay for it themselves. Whether it's a basic phone or something more advanced later on, saving up for that purchase gives them a real sense of ownership. Once they buy the phone with their own money, they'll value it much more. From that point on, any upgrades or gadgets are their responsibility. It's a great way to teach them the true cost of their wants and how to work towards achieving them. Let's talk about college. In my family, the expectation was always that we'd pay for our own education. And while that might sound like a big ask, it teaches several key lessons. First, it encourages kids to start saving early for something significant. College is an investment, and when they know they'll need to work towards it, they tend to take it more seriously. The satisfaction of paying for their own education not only makes them value it more, but it also builds confidence. Setting that expectation early, that college is a goal they need to work towards, motivates them to plan and save for the future. By the time your child turns 14 or 15, it's time to start earning their own money. Whether it's a part-time job, babysitting, or teaching swim lessons, working gives them a sense of independence and shows them the value of hard-earned money. Once they start earning, it's important to guide them on how to manage it. Here's a breakdown that works as well. 80% for their college fund, 10% for emergencies, 10% for spending. This approach not only helps them save for big goals like college, but also teaches them how to budget and allocate their money for different needs. Ooh, the car conversation. When your child reaches driving age, it's important to set clear expectations early. In our family, we made it clear that turning 16 doesn't automatically mean getting a car. They'll be expected to share the family car and contribute to costs like gas and insurance. If they plan to use the car full-time, they'll need to cover maintenance costs as well. This teaches them that having a car isn't just about the freedom. It comes with real responsibilities and costs that they need to be prepared for. Credit cards can be a tricky subject. I always recommend starting kids off with cash or a debit card so they can get used to physically parting with money. Once they're ready, you might consider adding them as an authorized user on your credit card without actually giving them the card yet. This way, they can build credit history without a temptation to overspend. When they're ready to use a credit card, teach them the importance of paying off the balance in full each month and avoid multiple credit lines. Mismanaging credit can be one of the biggest obstacles to financial success, so take the time to guide them carefully through this process. At the end of the day, raising financially responsible children isn't just about giving them money. It's about teaching them how to manage it. By helping them build good habits early on, you're setting them up for a lifetime of success. And remember, it's not just what we say, it's what we do as parents that makes the biggest impact. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you found these tips helpful, don't forget to subscribe and share your thoughts in the comments. What financial lessons are you excited to teach your kids? Do you have any other tips that you'd like to share with us? Comment below as well. I'll see you in my next video.